Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it's time for a Dadbod to Daddy training vlog, and today was posterior chain day. And right now at this point, guys, all I care about is the body composition and continuing to cut. I want to continue to gain muscle the best I can in a deficit. So I'm not even caring so much about the heavy lifting. You guys notice I'm doing quite a bit more reps. Most of my stuff is 8+ reps right now. Because again, at this point, I just want to make sure that I'm keeping my energy turnover high, stimulating muscle growth, making sure every muscle in my body gets worked. Again, body composition. That's what's going to win the game during this cut. So I started the day off with Romanian deadlifts. All of these were 10+ reps. Again, didn't go super hard on this. This stuff wasn't quite to failure. Just wanted to get nice quality fatiguing sets. Again, coming back, I noticed already just after the way that I had to train during that week of over 100-degree heat indexes with no power, I did just a lot of pump work, but the chest and back day yesterday, I woke up with serious pec downs, and I still have it. So it's like, okay, I'm going to have to ease into this a little gradually. I mean, I accept that it is what it is. But yeah, definitely, I think probably the most intense chest DOMs I think I've had in a long time. So again, I have a feeling, because I'm going to add a little bit of novel movements here again on the posterior chain day. We ended up doing around 11 total work sets for hamstrings and glutes. May get a little bit of DOMs here, particularly with all the rep work. So these were again all 10+. I felt like I could have got 12s. So I think on the last set, I think I got around that, either 11 or 12 or so. But all of these were 10 or more. And I think I didn't even count the first rep off the floor and setting it back down. So I think the 10s probably count as 11s, but who cares? So I did my 3 sets of that, and then we did just body weight glute ham raises. I did do some of these last week, so again, these felt good. But I kept the break short. This was a really short workout. I wanted to just come in, get some high quality sets, and because the breaks were short, I was losing reps on this, and I hit failure on the last set. So I ended up getting 12, 10, and then 8. Again, keeping in mind the last set, we absolutely did hit failure. Because I couldn't quite get to the top on that 8th rep. I was coming up and I felt it just stick, couldn't go any higher, so I grabbed the handles. So I feel like all of these were pretty close to 0 reps in reserve for this exercise. I left a little in the tank on the RDLs, but yeah, on this exercise, we went ahead and went hard, went with everything that I had, which left my hamstrings pretty dang lit up. So again, overall, really, really good work there. Again, felt like I got a lot of hamstring stimulus in this, between these exercises. So for the rest of the workout, because again, I hit the 2 primary angles, everything else was just abs, and then did lots of reverse hyperextensions. So because we have a hip hinge and then we had a knee flexion exercise, we have again worked the hamstrings pretty effectively over the course of 6 pretty good work sets. Again, the RDLs, I didn't go crazy hard. I think next week, if I keep them in, let's push the volume up, keep working straight sets and just progressive overload. Again, going to be the name of the game here. Again, nothing fancy. Again, right now, I don't feel that I need to be doing, any sort of pyramid training or any of that. Let's just work straight sets, try to keep them hard, get them with good quality sets in, and again, if I lose a little rep set to set, that's okay, but we just try to increase workload again over time while I continue this cut. Fortunately for me, some of the lower body stuff, I have some muscle memory to work off of, so we're gonna work with that. At this point, I would say, as of this week, the training is pure bodybuilding training. It's no longer even power building, but that doesn't mean that it will not positively affect the big 3, because again, gaining muscle in all those areas, and because I'm losing weight, losing body fat, it's going to be overall better in terms of just competitiveness. Again, you lose 20 pounds, and even if you can hit your same lifts, you're considered a better power lifter. So at this point, though, again, pushing the physique. And so again, I just feel like this is the best option for me, at least for a little bit. to again push this forward, especially now that I've rotated more carbs in. I can get away with a little more reps, a little more volume. Go ahead and utilize it to my advantage and try to burn through some of that glycogen a lot better. Okay, that is going to be the goal there. So again, after I hit those two movements, it worked the hamstrings from two completely different angles. Plus I get back work from that. There's grip and back training absolutely on the RDLs. It's another reason it's like, if I'm going to do these, I don't need as many sets for my back or my chest and back day for the back, because this bridges the gap. Then I did one set of hanging leg raises. I've been doing abs every day off camera, just lots of high rep crunches. So again, I'm at a point where I don't feel like I have to do the hanging leg raises all the time. I would still like to do them at least twice a week on camera as part of my normal training. I think they work really well on lower body days, particularly where I've had some axial loading and spinal compression to just help pull on that. So I did a set of those, and then after that it was pretty much just reverse hyperextensions. And so what I did on those, because again, keeping the break short, like I said, this workout probably took me 30 minutes, right? It was pretty fast. And it might have been even faster other than loading plates on and off for the RDLs. I didn't even do a warm-up, by the way, for those curious. I just loaded 315 and started training. And everything else is already loaded up. So after that, I did 5 sets of 20 on the reverse hypers. Tried to control them enough, though, that even that 400 and something pounds I have on there was challenging for sets of 20. But I felt like, again, I was getting that metabolic fatigue adding up because I kept those breaks real short. So again, focusing on at that point, just getting blood flow, burning through energy, getting the recovery type benefits from the reverse hyperextension. So again, yes, it works the glutes. Yes, it works the hamstrings. There's a hip hinge. But again, this is my real exercise for my lower back, my whole lumbar region, my rectors. So again, want to build that area, build that work capacity up. And so again, just kind of straight sets there. But I think what I can do with these is increase the volume. I think as recently a couple weeks ago before the hurricane, I was just doing like sometimes 1 or 2 top sets and getting the reps really high. But that was also a lot more swinging to get there, hitting 50 plus reps. These were more challenging, trying to keep it just as strict as I possibly can. And it's never going to look completely strict on a reverse hyper because it's swinging on a pendulum on greased roller bearings. So just always keep that in mind. But again, this was a lot more volume here. So 5 sets of 20 on this exercise to go with the other stuff. And I think I'm going to do a little more stuff like that. I do like the idea of doing some really high rep finishers. But in this case, this is not only a finisher, it's a prehab exercise and a potentially restorative exercise. Because again, the traction it puts on the spine, putting everything into traction. And again, I feel like I need that. Plus, it's a decent ab exercise. I had my client Justin mention that sometime back when he first started using the reverse hyper. He's like, Coach, I feel like I'm working my abs on this. You know, this thing count as an ab exercise? And subject to debate. I personally feel like it does to a certain extent, mainly because your abs are pressing against that pad, and then you're having to push back against them on every rep. So yeah, in a way, it is an abdominal exercise too, mainly because you're having to push your abs and contract against it with your weight pressed on top of it. So yeah, absolutely. Not much else to discuss in this particular vlog other than just a good laugh. I still have people messaging me, calling me fat and all of that, which is quite comical at this point because I'm obviously getting much leaner. I'm going to continue to do so moving forward. But pretty much that's the end of this workout, so I hope it's been informative. I love all of you guys and gals, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you for your support.